And we're live.
And we're live.
Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen.
Look at the cameras off.
Oh, whatever.
You don't...
Let's blame...
No, we don't blame
Morton
here. Hold on.
Sea salt.
Just hold on.
Or...
Here. This is what we do every time, and we try to get it perfect. But then, how's that?
That looks...
Is that better?
That looks
good.
Is that good? Crooked, but good.
What? It's... You're right. It totally is.
Maybe it's just us.
Maybe we're a little crooked today.
Leaning.
Like
this
the Tower
boat
of
is
Pisa.
sinking.
What are you doing with your mic here? Let me fix this.
I flipped it because my thing
You're
was
doing real
folding
good.
in a stupid
See,
way.
the mic has to be faced up. How's that?
Ah, jeez. But see, then it's
enough
not
now.
gonna...
Just kind of, yeah.
Nah.
Do you have your tea? Do you drink tea with us in the morning? I hear some of you are maybe sneaking a peek at our videos during the work hour. So if you are, I'll talk really quiet. Shh.
Your boss is right behind you.
We appreciate the risks you take to tune in live. It is fun to tune in live, though. I try to, if I see somebody,
It's
I
hard for me
live.
to tune in live to this one, though, because
Why?
I
What are you
happen
doing?
to be here.
Oh, okay. We are experiencing live and in color.
Ah, presence.
Yes. Well, today's Wednesday,
It is,
right?
again.
Because we're here,
Yeah,
unless
I hope.
we are really crooked today, and today's not Tuesday, or
What are
Wednesday.
they talking about? It's Saturday afternoon.
Oh my goodness. Speaking of Saturday, we have our next round of compassionate communication workshop.
Yes.
I'll be leading this one, talking about needs. This has been like such a really cool topic to discover how we communicate our needs or don't communicate
what I
our
want.
needs. Yeah. I mean, do you really did you do the homework? Let me ask this. So the homework was discovering what your needs actually are and jotting them down and then determining if your needs are being met or they're not being met. Did you do the homework? Let's do Saturday.
Yeah, not yet.
Okay. Well, you have a couple days to determine all of your needs that you've ever needed.
I could do it right now. Snickers bars.
That's a need. Well, it's been really fun to discover because during the healing sessions that I have, we end up talking about that anyways, what our actual needs are. I mean, why else are we here if our needs aren't being met, So it's really, it's really exciting. But we have some spots open this Saturday for compassionate communication.
Yeah.
If you'd like to participate.
And I don't want to break any hearts, but next Wednesday, I will not be here.
Oh.
And I don't know if Helena is going to find somebody to fill in for me or...
I'm taking applications now for a guest co-host next Wednesday.
You have to be wacky is the only
gotta be
job
wacky.
requirement.
Wackabee?
Wackabee.
Wackabee, gotta be wackabee.
That's what I'll name my firstborn.
Aww. Well, we hope you're having a great week. Thus to say, we hope you're having a really great week. It seems like the energy's been a little bit more positive this week, and for the most part,
It's good. It's good.
Yeah.
I feel it.
Yeah, okay. And the weather, I think the weather definitely helps with that too. So
Today's a little chilly, though.
yeah, it is. I always got something to complain about, right?
That's what my job is.
Yes. Well,
I'm
what
the
are the
one
cards?
that complains
What are the
so
cards
other
telling us
people
today?
can sort things out. Paul doesn't like this. That's exactly how I do every reading.
Casting spells, because we are the spellcasters of Ordinary Pioneer.
Take that,
Cast spells with
universe.
love.
You just got punched with love.
We were talking before we came on about doing a musical, or I was talking about it. I don't know if you were really convinced.
Oh, I'm on board, as long as it can be about absolutely nothing.
Oh, yeah, it will, absolutely. Yeah, of course. I mean, everything is absolutely nothing. All right, I think I've shuffled this
is going on.
now. Ooh.
Recover or discovery.
Let me bring this in. This feels very present for what we are going through this week. It's a time of discovery. Red for root chakra.
We got a lot of root energy this week. Well, just by the image alone, this is talking about the divine calling us up from our earthly self. It is a root chakra energy, but us feeling that there's something missing possibly, or our needs not being met, the divine is calling us to come out of our ground a little bit and start to explore the different levels of who we are. Not just focusing on our three-dimensional reality and digging into each aspect of ourselves in a spiritual level or energetic level or soul level.
All of the levels.
Going to that place, the soul level.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about the Will Smith movie, but I could be.
Which one?
Soul.
Is Will Smith in that?
Doesn't he voice the main character?
Does he?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Have you seen that?
I could be completely wrong.
I don't know. I really liked it. I don't remember who's in it, though.
I think it's Will Smith.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
But, so this brings us to a sense of discovering more about who we are and our place in the universe as part of the collective, but also encompassing the fact that we are the collective. So I could go on and on about the different discoveries you could come across in this process, but that's really up to you right now. So this is kind of a card about taking charge and letting the divine guide you where you need to go at the same time, because your earth-based form isn't that important right now. What's important is realizing what you can be doing and what you would like to be doing. And it's also about discovering, I literally could go on and on about discovering our traumas, discovering the things that hold us back, discovering the thoughts and feelings.
Well, this would be like whatever's most present right now that we're being called into.
Right. And
not necessarily the future.
We'll let the tarot kind of guide us into that, what the energy scape is right now.
And I would like to say the possibilities are endless.
Endless.
They are endless.
Look at that heart being on that flower. Anyway. I guess we'll move right into the tarot to maybe help some folks figure some things out.
What are we discovering?
Help ourselves figure some things out.
We could use some help sometimes.
This is going to be a personal reading for me.
Isn't it always?
Yeah, I mean, in a sense.
I feel like the last couple have been like for me. You've got in there and you're like,
here's that knife.
Have some healing, have some truth.
I need somewhere to put this knife.
Knife of truth.
Let's see where we're at. Ooh. Yikes.
Oh.
I am familiar with these cards.
It's funny because you can't see what this is yet, but you will. Do you want me to go for the first one?
Sure.
The King of Pentacles.
That's right. He's upside down today.
He's upside down, hanging upside down.
Someone tied some string to his ankles and...
What is the King of... Here, I'll put it upright so you can actually see the picture if that's a little bit easier. But what does the King of Pentacles teach us?
So in this moment, what it's talking about, especially in correlation with the Discovery card we pulled for the chakra, is that... are you just going to stand there?
I don't know. There's a lot going on, and I wanted to give folks a chance to really...
patterns.
I like to look at cards a little bit longer, and
that's a
good thing. I feel like I'm keeping things from our audience because I can see them and they can't.
But what it's talking about is this feeling of coming out of our earthbound self, where we may have sat in a place recently where we felt in complete control of our surroundings and were very well balanced and feeling at peace in ourselves and what we were doing. Now is a time where that's starting to need to be more for you. So, you know, you love your job, but is your job enough? You know, it could be also a multitude of things, but it's really about discovering what you feel you're lacking right now on the three-dimensional level. The King of Cups, that fella.
Lots of kings. I'm going to stand here and hold this a little bit if
for
you
the
want to
whole
continue
time.
talking. No, maybe not the whole time.
The rest of the video, not even going to show the third card. The King of Cups is talking about our emotional balance, and we need to find a place right now where in this kind of personal upheaval that's happening within ourselves, that we allow our emotions to be present but not influence completely what's happening. We want them to influence the aspects that they're meant to influence, like the emotions that will be coming up through this process, but don't let your emotions make the decisions for you on how you proceed. Let divine guidance come in and put what needs to be in front of you. So, and that can be in a very logical way, that can be in a very spiritual way, but it doesn't have to be an emotional way.
Would you say this is more, since the word of the day is discovery?
Right.
Being more of in discovery of your
Did
emotion.
you just Pee-wee's Playhouse?
I definitely did.
That's nice.
A call out to my husband, whose favorite movie is Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
It is a fantastic film.
It's great. It is great. Although the character of Pee-wee is always very questionable. But being in discovery of your emotions rather than reactive because of the emotion that you're having. So
Right.
if you notice anger coming up, maybe not, bringing that out into the external world and really tuning into, well, what is it that is at the root of this anger? What is causing this anger to be? And what can I discover about maybe how I can bring balance into this emotion?
Right. And that too, don't let it hinder what you're doing. So, discovering those things is very important in this process. Yes. Where is this coming from? Why is it happening? Questions to ask yourself. But don't let that become overbearing on your process of change. So, and then we have the Ten of Swords. Oh,
If you get
God, hurts.
if you get a little queasy, maybe close your eyes for this one.
It seems like a very detrimental card, but it is about allowing a thought process that has been sitting with you for a while. It's reached a point where you can let it go. You can let it run it's run its course already. You need to move on from it. And the imagery of this card is very much about that, because the man lying there with 10 swords in his back is not deceased. He is actually...
that would do me in.
Well, he's a strong fella. There's one sticking out of his ear.
Poor guy.
But these represent the negative thoughts that have brought us where we are, and a need to move past those things. So you cannot see his face, but he is looking fondly at the dawn. And this is going to be something in this course of discovery when we find those emotional things, like you were saying about where is this coming from? It's time to move past them. So identify, address, and move on.
So it's kind of like a theme of progress.
Yes, very much. This is all about a progressive movement out of the earthly self and more into the spiritual aspect of yourself, the conscious, or the word I'm looking for of yourself.
Who you are, your natural
Yes.
state of being.
Your soul, your
Yes,
Will
your
Smith.
soul, your Will Smith.
Reach into your inner
We'll
Will
confirm
Smith.
if that actually, or if you're watching, let us know in the comments. That said Will Smith was actually in Soul. Well, and this is really helpful because with discovery, and we practice that in meditation, being a witness and being a discovery and going in, but how do we have these feel like practical steps of discovery, discerning your physical environment, does everything in your physical environment make sense and best serve your most soulful state?
Right, and letting that go as well.
Yes, weeding out all that's not needed. And then tuning into the emotional side of things, what are these emotions not only telling me, but how are they hindering or helping me with that progress? And then don't get stabbed by, 10 swords, you may die. And also watching the caution on your thoughts and what you're telling yourself about your physical environment and your emotional environment, releasing self-judgment and making sure your thoughts align with who you are.
Right. And going back to the Ten of Swords, know that these wounds, these swords sticking out of you, are your past, and it's very important to just let that go. Like you can pull the sword out and forget about it. The wound is still going to be there, but it's going to heal. You're going to be fine. You just have to work towards that part of yourself.
Mm-hmm. And this is in terms of like the wholeness of our being. We have the physical with the pentacles, the emotion with the cups, and the thoughts, the air with the swords. So when you are in discovery and in this part of progression, make sure you're hitting your mind and your emotions and your mental state. No, I already said that. In your physical environment.
Somebody's here.
Yes. All right. Anything else to add before we move into our meditation?
Let's pull 12 more cards.
We don't have time for that today, Paul, but I'll tell you what we can do.
Give us a thumbs up if you want 12 more cards. No, I'm just kidding.
So I invite us into a calm state of being by relaxing your physical body. Inviting your mind to rest. Letting your heart rest. And seeing all three of these elements, the physical body, the mental body, and the emotional body, all working together. You can imagine a link between these three bodies of your being. And noticing in this moment, if the mind, if the body, if the heart, if any one of them are taking on more than what they need to be taking on right now. If emotions feel really high and heavy, if the mind feels preoccupied, if the body is tired, and in this moment, encourage harmony within your being. Allowing all three of these players here to serve your spiritual evolution, to work together in a balanced way. Where the mind feels overworked, invite the heart in. How do I feel about these circumstances? Not what I think. How do I feel? If the heart and the emotion feel really heavy right now, inviting the mind into processing and planning your transition forward. If the body is asking for rest, give it rest. If the body is asking for movement, give it movement. Tuning into your highest needs and letting them come through. Take a few deep breaths. When you feel ready, bringing your hands to prayer in front of your heart, bowing your chin down to your chest to honor that infinite being within you, the one who knows, who loves, the one with compassion and kindness, the one not willing to ever give up, to keep moving forward. As we honor that light within our individual selves, honoring that same light within all beings, unifying us as one expression of God. May all beings be at peace. Namaste. Well, thank you, dear friends, for joining us on this Wednesday. I will be back here next Wednesday with a friend. If you have any interest in joining me, please reach out. But I will either be here or I will have a special guest with me. We appreciate you watching every week. This will also be on Facebook as well as YouTube as well, so you can always catch the recap. Like and subscribe. Please check out our website, ordinarypioneer.com/schedule, for all of our upcoming events. Lots of goodness on there. And then, as Paul said, our YouTube channel, we have videos coming in, including our Transformations with Ordinary Pioneer, which brings you people from your community who have gone through some really trying times and have transformed through that to bring some goodness into the community. So I invite you to check that out as well. We appreciate you. We love you. Keep on keeping on. Any last words?
Yep.
Namaste, friends.